What up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, obviously joined alongside Ringwalk Danny.
What up, champ?
And we have a very special guest in the building. The guy that's allowed us to lose all this weight in a safe and easy way. Let me tell you, because since that fight got canceled, I ain't been back to the gym, and I've been able to keep the weight off.
Some fat shit.
So first and foremost, let me introduce Charlie from FoodieFit. What's going on, Charlie? How are you?
What's going on, gents? Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, and thank you for bringing us some food, bro.
The convenience of FoodieFit, which is it's gonna look like it's staged, but truthfully, I didn't eat, and he brought some new meals, and I'm actually now trying the smoked filet cheddar sandwich. So I said, hey, might as well eat it on camera since we're gonna be talking a little bit with Charlie.
What the fuck, Nas? What are you doing?
Well, you know, in this studio, my phone becomes my laptop, unfortunately, because of the look. No desk. So I don't want to have a big old laptop right here. But Charlie, man, how have you been? You look good. Shout out to Coach Bones Adams. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've been been getting back on my
Mr. Talk a lot.
Follow,
we're gonna have to do that outside next time.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a big thank you guys for like introducing me to Bones, like the whole boxing thing. It's been great. That's the only thing I've been doing right now, like twice a week. Sometimes I like, depending on work and like his schedule, we go a week off, 2 weeks off. But even then, I'm just like training twice a week. That's crazy
that it's only twice a week because you look totally different.
Yeah, I've probably dropped about 10 pounds. I'm sitting at like 211, 212, about 211, 215. When I started with him, I was like 225. And I'm just simply training with him twice a week, and it's hell of a workout, man. Like I am dead.
I told you.
I am sore. Like it takes me a good 3 days just to like feel pretty much good again, not sore.
Bones is working you then.
Working me.
3 days recovery.
Like, he's working me, and we've done a couple of times when we go back to back, and that was a bad call to go back to back like training sessions. That put me out for a good like 4 or 5 days.
Oh,
like
wow.
It's way more than I anticipated, and I have like so much more respect for that kind of training volume, and it is not easy. Breathing is the hardest thing for me.
Yes.
I still don't have that down.
No, I think
breathing
that's
alone.
The biggest issue for most people. You know, if you can master the breathing, then you're probably going to go a long way in the sport, because it is definitely about being able to control, that heart rate. But being as though that you've been training boxing, what I struggled with was now I'm working out, I'm burning too many calories. So as the guy that I would go to, what are you doing? Did you have to adjust it? What did you add, or were you able to not add anything because your goal was to lose weight?
So my goal wasn't to lose weight. Honestly, like my goal when it comes to fitness now is just being healthy and being active. Like my definition of health is like being able to bend over and tie my shoe without feeling pain in my hamstrings. Like being able to turn behind myself and not feel any type of tightness in my low back, So like at the end of the day, for me, it's just mobility. I don't really care about the muscle mass thing. None of that. It's just that internal healthiness. But yeah, I didn't change really anything with my food because I haven't trained honestly in probably 2.5 years of any sort of exercise up until starting with Bones. So like for me, I treated myself like I treat every other like new client I take on, like you guys. Like first start eating, stick to it for a couple weeks, see how your body fluctuates, and then make those adjustments there. And so yeah, like my eating is kind of the same. The only caveat is I do like eat out once a day, so that makes up a lot of calories right there depending where I go. But overall, like I do the 80-20 rule. As long as 80% of my meals are healthy, nutritious, dense meals, that other 20% I have fun with, but mindfully.
Yeah, no, and the 80-20 rule works. Let me tell you, it certainly works. What I love doing is memorizing the numbers, the calorie count, so that I know where I'm at. So if I happen to check a menu, I kind of have, you know your budget. You know what numbers you're playing with, and once you're inside of that bubble, it's a safe zone. That's what I feel anyway, but you're the expert. Is that kind of how we should look at things?
That's a good way to
counting calories.
That's a good way to look at it. And, it just depends on what your goal is overall. If you are that person that is the social type, goes out, drinks, eats, and you still have that calorie goal you want to maintain, there are a couple strategies you would use, and like one of them is like go more low carb most of the days, because most of the time when you go out, you drink and you eat out, it's more carb dense foods and drinks, you know, the sugars and the cocktails and stuff like that. So this way, now that you're saving the majority of your carb intake towards that social hour, now you don't really have to worry about much because you're not going over your calories. You're still staying within that realm. Will you experience some like bloating, excess, you know, holding on to more water the next day? Yes. But that'll flush out of you in the next 2-3 days, you know, and the goal is just get back on track after that.
Charlie, a couple questions for you, man. I gotta be like the biggest like FoodieFit success story, right?
One of them for sure. And you simply just eat the food.
That's it.
That's what I love.
Work
like,
out, bro. Like fuck
that is like the
fuck that, bro. Like, yeah, I don't even. Oh my god, I forgot my watch. Usually, I like to. I do like to have a set goal of time I'm on my feet per day, which I usually hit. You know, steps and things like that. But yeah, I don't do no working out at all. Fuck that. I want to start. All bullshit aside, I'm saying fuck that. I want to start.
Yeah, he's got like, I want what 2 to 3 weeks. I feel like it's been like 2 to 3 weeks where you're like, oh, I want to go. He's just talking about it. Hasn't really made it there. I'm gonna be honest from a training standpoint yet.
I feel like for me, mentally, I'm kind of just ready for. There's a big fight next weekend. Ready for that to kind of be over with. Time's been like, even before that, my time was even more consumed. There was numerous fights going on. So now I feel like after that, I can dedicate more time.
There's always going to be something.
You're
right.
It's like, if you think about it right now, you're technically saying, well, I was going to work out, but Shakur was in town. Then after Shakur left town, it's Devin Haney's camp. So after Devin Haney's camp is over, I'll work out, but then you'll say you're in Detroit.
You're right.
It's like I was just saying, like with me and Bones, like when our schedules don't line up, like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, but like 2 days a week is just enough.
Bones is actually very good. For anybody out there that wants to work out with Bones, he really works around your schedule, right?
Yeah, he's very
finds
flexible
time somehow.
You know, at the end of the day, it's just the communication part. Just make sure you communicate, because at least me, I'm very punctual. Like, so if I'm late or if I don't show up, I ghost, like I beat myself to the ground about it. And again, that's like it's disrespectful, because, you know, everyone has time and they could be using that time elsewhere, and time is very valuable. So, you know, just be punctual, communicate. But yeah, man, just twice a week. You don't gotta train 5 times, 6 times a week, you know, just something. Or like he was just saying, your steps. Make sure you're hitting like 10,000 steps a day.
I was working out hard. Like 5 days a week, sometimes Saturdays too. I was chasing a 6-pack, but only in the gym, because again, with the calorie number counting and stuff, I always had enough room for Kit Kats.
You're a big dude too, and you know, the way you're still eating with us, I mean, I don't know if you're still doing anything outside of that, like your snacks and stuff.
Well, yeah, definitely. I snack every single night.
I don't know like what your snacks look like still right now, but like, just from like us alone, you're still barely consuming like 2,000 calories.
I'm under like the normal.
And we're big. Look how big we are.
Nah,
that's the biggest thing, right? Like, you hear society tell you have to consume 2,000 or 2,500. I'm literally so far under that, and I'm not starving. And I'm not cheating crazy whatsoever. Like, I like it that
cheating.
way.
That's not even a good term, because if you're cheating, then it's like, what's the point of doing
Charlie,
it?
man.
I mean,
enjoy
what society
yourself. Enjoy
calls
yourself.
cheating.
No,
What society calls cheating, having a snack. You know what I mean? So I leave my snacks for night.
I would bring you up all the time, because people like,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You lost this weight and now you got comfortable and you're eating out or you're eating candy, and I'm like, motherfucker, I've been doing this shit. I said, Charlie said I'm supposed to, so this is what I do, and you know, I have fun with it. Like, we went to London. Oh my god, bro, that shit.
I saw.
We were so sad without FoodieFit out there, because the food's not that good out there.
I'm
actually dependent. I'm dependent. Eating FoodieFit and then going to a restaurant.
Talking to the mic, Nash. It's a podcast. They need to hear you.
Eating FoodieFit and then going to a restaurant. I don't know if it's I don't know. I don't know if it's the numbers thing again. Like, a salad at Applebee's is over 1,300 calories.
All in the sauce.
One salad.
all in the sauce. The
You don't even
croutons.
want to see what a steak is in some of these places.
I'm gonna be honest.
You know, with their
you.
sides. So it's just like some of those one meal out is all 3 FoodieFit calorie meals. So it's just like it doesn't make sense to me sometimes. Plus, I look at it like if I don't cheat, I get to cheat at night and have my Kit Kats. You know what I mean? And not see a big old stomach.
So,
Forgot about that. You're the Kit Kat.
So usually for me, during the week,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cheater with it. I like the Andes, Thin Mint
Mm-hmm.
chocolate. So I cheat with that, but on the weekends I try to not eat candy so I could like eat out. So instead of eating the Andes
How many
mint
of them do you have?
chocolate, shit, man. The bar. I mean, I have a bar. It's a bar. It's four pieces on it. I don't know. I would probably, I don't like to look at those things. I don't count calories and shit like that. I'm not a negative. I'm not a Debbie Downer like Ness. I believe in little Debbies, but not the Debbie Downer. So I don't look at that shit, bro. But this is the way I think. I'm like, all right, during the week at night. It's always at night because at night that's when I smoke the most weed, Charlie. So I'll have like 2 joints, you know what I'm saying, 2 cones at night, a good 3.5 before I hit the sack, and then
You look at those numbers.
hey, look,
Some numbers are more important than others.
look. So the numbers don't lie. That's why I don't look at those numbers, so I don't have to know. All right. But no, during the week it's the chocolate, and then on the weekends I try to. It won't be the chocolate, but I'll try to get in like one meal out, whether it be breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Mm-hmm.
See, not me. I feel like because I get to have Kit Kats every day, I don't really feel the need. So if I do have, like he said, that meal out, it's because I'm taking my girl on a date. Because, women, they can't do that. They get tired of
A lot of them can. A lot of them can.
Yeah?
You just gotta meet the right
I don't know,
one.
my girl likes to go out at least once a week. She ain't trying to be in that house.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hey, date night's important too.
yeah. Well, that's how I look at it, So I'll eat out that night.
I'm gonna be honest with you, like
I wanted to ask, hold on. Those thins, what is that made out of? All this time I'm thinking it's eggplant or eggs itself. What is the thin?
So that was a smoked fillet, right? So
Yeah.
those are the cauliflower sandwich thins.
Cauliflower.
They're from Outer Isle.
But you guys
Gourmet.
use that for the chicken too, right?
We use them for some of our dishes. It's a low carb option, and their main ingredients are just egg,
so
parmesan,
it is
and
the egg.
cauliflower.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
egg
can
is the
taste the
binding
egg.
agent.
All right.
And so like we used to have a tostada with those, and what I would do is I would actually throw it in the toaster oven because I love bread. I'm a carb guy. I love my carbs, and I like to have that crunch with any type of like breading or sandwich type thing. So like there are certain meals I take home and I bougie them out because there's specific like crunch factor or taste.
No,
or essence
Johnny
I'm looking for to
Rice.
enjoy that meal and make it feel like a delight. that
Johnny
makes sense.
Rice put me to shame. I'm like, man, if I didn't live with my wife, I could have done that. Like, if you just take those meals out, put them on some nice dishes, set the table, make the mood right, you look like a 5-star chef. Johnny, did you see his post?
I saw that.
I was so
It was hilarious. I
Bro,
loved it.
someone was warming it up for him, like a trainer, hypothetically, he's about to warm up his food. He's like, no, you don't put that in the microwave. Bro, he took out a pan, seared it up, dropped it in a plate. I promise you, it looked like it was a restaurant.
oh wow,
Shout out to Johnny Rice.
for sure.
But to bring it back to boxing, Danny thinks he's your biggest success story. I think you have, I'll call it an underrated success story in the sport of boxing that I think more people need to hear about. And that's exactly why I wanted to get you on. The thing is that you chose someone that is more into celebrity boxing. So it's going to give you the crossover appeal for the brand. But in the sport, I don't think you'll get the actual fighters until he earns his stripe as a fighter. But I'm talking about Alberto Ochoa. This is your guy that honestly should be the face, right? Because in boxing, what he did is so difficult, right? Like, people hire strength and conditioning trainers, nutritionists, chefs to move up 2 divisions, or to moving down 2 divisions is unheard of. And he successfully did that with FoodieFit,
Successfully.
not with a nutritionist, not with a strength and conditioning coach, and not with an extended training camp. In an 8-week process of eating just your meals, somehow he went down 2 divisions, which is in any case about 14 pounds.
Yeah.
In 2 months, 60 days, 8 weeks. It's not heard of in boxing. There's a lot of fighters that would love to do that, right? Like hypothetically, it could be a light heavyweight, 175, that if all he had to do was eat your meals daily versus, going into camp and eating clean, I'm using air quotes, eating clean for their 8-week camp. If you eat FoodieFit daily, you never know what division you're going to end up in, you know what I mean? Because look at Danny, 70-something pounds, no working out. I got down to I never seen 205. It was 2017, and I promise you, Matt, my run keeps a record of how much you run. And I was running miles every week. Every single week, I was running miles, somewhere at 20, 28 miles a week at least. And I don't have to do that now. I'm eating Kit Kats every night. I think Alberto Ochoa is an underrated success story for FoodieFit. I think that more fighters need to know that and need to certainly try. Like, it would have been great if Ryan held camp out here who needed to lose weight, and the whole fight had this thing about, can he make the weight? Is he going to rehydrate right? It would have been good to see him use some FoodieFit to do it, because I'm shocked Alberto Ochoa lost 2 divisions in 1 training camp. I think that's very impressive.
Yeah, he didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was 2. But like at the end of the day too, like everyone's body's different. He doesn't have that much muscle mass on his body, so in my opinion, he has a lot more wiggle room to lose that weight. But then if you talk to someone who's more dense, muscular, it's tough to lose that weight. If you were to drop 14 pounds and you're like 6% body fat, 5% body fat, like you're pretty much need to cut off like half a limb to lose 14 plus 15 plus pounds. So like it just depends on the body type and what you've done in the past leading up to today. So like some people, I was talking to a couple fighters at Bones Gym, and the one consistent thing I always hear is like, I don't eat, I skip this, I eat very little, this and that. It's like, well, you're hurting yourself more, because you need the energy. Your body needs the energy to continuously burn energy. So
and the body stores the fat when it sees that you're not feeding it, right?
Not just that, it's the fact that you're underfeeding so low for how active you are. I say like professional athletes, at the end of the day, you're like that 1% of the population that could get away with eating whatever you want because how active you are. But at the end of the day, you need to be making sure you're feeding yourself properly, because you need that extra nutrients because of how hard and vigorously you train.
But what about the people that like fasted cardio?
That's all preference. Like that doesn't change anything. That's just your dopamine hit. Like I feel good because I did my cardio fasted. It doesn't really change anything.
You don't lose more.
No,
nothing.
you don't lose more body fat because you did 30 minutes of fasted cardio on the treadmill. It doesn't increase the rate at which you lose body fat. It's just all a preference and what makes you feel good. That's a mental game. Guess what? If you keep doing it, you're gonna keep feeling good. Yeah, I mean, if you believe it, you believe it.
Can I chime in on a couple things that guys, can you guys scroll down this page, please? But yes, a couple things that you shouldn't have got rid of.
I was actually going into that
Let
too.
me tell you, that peach parfait. Let me tell you, Charlie. I'm very open.
You love the parfaits.
No, but listen to me. I'm very open and honest with you. The first time I opened it, I'm like, what in the fuck? It looked like cottage cheese, I promise you. Then I stirred it up, you feel me? And then I ate it. Bro, that peach parfait has been one of the best breakfasts I've ever had. The barbacoa is amazing. Don't get rid of that. Yo, the sliders.
Never say never.
The sliders.
Hold on. You're asking that question. Let's stay on that because I had one of those. Why do we get rid of things?
We don't want people to burn out. Everyone loves the variety. No one's a creature. Many people are not creature of habits. So like at the end of the day, we want to make sure everyone's enjoying the meals.
I am. You notice my orders, right?
Yeah, you guys are
like I only eat teriyaki at night because it's like the lowest carbs. It's like chicken and cabbage. So in my head, I'm like, no carbs. I'm about to load up on Kit Kats. So, I'm just eating chicken and salad. No, doesn't work. This guy
No.
looks at me like,
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
that's too much work.
nah, like you've talked about, like, oh, Loco Moco, and then it's like, oh yeah, that's a couple months. Yo, I need to hit up Charlie, bro.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
time to switch it up.
Loco Moco was my favorite.
And what
And
happened?
then all of a sudden, I'm like,
Got burned out.
oh.
Variety.
So hold on, yeah, the peach parfait, amazing.
We got some more in the works. We got some different flavors
That's
coming.
the guys. Scroll down really quick. Can you guys find the shrimp tacos?
That'll be on the
No,
very
he
bottom.
brought some, but I didn't
It's
want to
an
eat them
alphabetical
Bro, no,
on
let
camera
me tell
because I'm
you,
like,
Nesta-
I've talked about them so much they're gonna think
I
this
saw-
is fake.
No,
Look,
No,
oh,
bro.
really quick, the
I'm
foodie
gonna be-
sliders. Wait,
That's why I asked the
hold on.
question about why do you get rid of it,
sliders?
because I know they're gonna go eventually. It's gonna hurt my heart.
Sliders. I remember
You
them
answered that
from
question
last
yourself, though.
year. I remember the sliders from last year. I don't know what changed. Way better, right? But yo, the shrimp tacos. Nesta, it's like, yo, man, I just eat like a shrimp salad, and I'm like,
Yes.
so
Maybe that's a twist you can
bro,
guys.
I dump it in there, right? So the way I do it, I dump everything off the 2 tortillas into the bowl. I put the 2 tortillas on top, warm it up, right? Take it out, put the tortillas on the lid, put the sauce, put the little mango pico on it, right? Yes, mango pico.
Yes,
Fuck,
that's
mango
not
salsa.
corn. That's not
mango
corn.
salsa.
Mango sauce, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. So, you know what I'm saying? Put that shit on it, and then I just like cut the tortillas up and kind of just use it, scoop and score. Just scoop and score. I
Oh,
scoop,
so you use the tortilla to scoop.
yeah, scoop and score.
See, no, we
scoop
do
and
it
score.
different. We do it different. How do you foodie fit? So listen, what I do is I leave it in. I leave everything in the taco. I warm it up, but I cut it. I have like, kitchen scissors, so I cut it, and
Cut
it's
the
like
tortilla?
cut the tortilla, cut everything.
Everything.
Everything is diced up. I make it like a Mexican bowl.
Okay.
Then I throw the mangoes and the sauce. Oh man, I even close the lid and shake it up. No, it's
You're gonna have to show everyone that. That's
I love
we gotta see
you
this.
don't understand. I'm telling you, my first question was, why do you get rid of stuff? Because I know I'm gonna suffer. So what you need to do is bring that mango sauce back with something else. That mango sauce is official.
Amazing.
I'm really like,
I would love to try that.
I know
with some
people are gonna
chicken.
think, oh, this is a sponsored interview. No, like I am really impressed with your guys as chef, but I want to go to the beginning. How'd you start this and why, and how'd all this come about? How'd you find all these different foods and dishes, and who's the chef, and
So the way FoodieFit started, I actually joined May 6 years ago. And it was Chef Bo, who's the originator. He's the chef, the cook who makes all the recipes. And then our other co-founders, co-owners, Alex and Andrew, they all partnered up together, rebranded as FoodieFit because it was originally Ninja Fit Meals, which was just Chef Bo himself, doing everything himself. Andrew and Alex really loved his product, invested into him, bought into it, and the rest is history, really. Like we were just originally an online delivery service, delivering only 6 days a week. When we opened our first store in Green Valley in summer of 2017, we started doing 7-day delivery. So every day we deliver.
So were you part of the process to going from online to actual brick and mortar?
No, I was too line level at that time to even be part of those
Do
conversations.
you know why? Because it's like, if you started something that's successful and it has no overhead, why now add the overhead?
Well, we want to give more convenience. We want to be more accessible for people to get a healthy meal. Most meal prep companies you see, even the ones that ship nationwide, you have to meet a certain time frame. You don't get it for 2 to 3 days. They only do it twice a week. 3 days a week. There's too much limitation for people who want to get a healthy option. That's not fair. Like where's the priority? These people want the healthy options. They don't want to be eating out all the time. That's why they're coming to you. So like we capitalize on all those areas. So like if we're more accessible to you, then there's no excuse to get a healthy option now.
Yeah.
Is it a lot? Absolutely, but we love what we do. We want to be that healthy option for people because the majority of us came from nightlife, the industry, and when you get off work 3, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, you're pretty much run down. Not many restaurants are open, and there's just junk left. So
Nothing
it's just
but
like
fast food.
yeah,
And you definitely don't have the energy to go home and fix yourself something
Exactly.
to eat. You're talking a quick meal, 15, 20 minutes at best.
That's why when I said what I said, it's true. You don't have to come to Vegas and get a bad meal, because you guys even had the collaboration tacos with Mas Por Favor.
Yes, the Nobu tacos.
Yeah,
And I love that place. Like, me and my wife went to that place
It's a
for
dope spot.
nightlife. They got the secret room going on. You guys got to check it out if you're out here. Definitely check out Mas Por Favor. Go to the secret room, not just the taco spot. It's gonna feel weird at first, but it's awesome, and it's like a must try. So yeah, I mean, you guys are definitely innovative and trying new things, which is what's fun about, you know, FoodieFit. It's not a bland, like you said, over and over the same thing meal prep company. It's again, Johnny really brought it to my attention. It can be gourmet. You just got to take it out of the freaking.
Yeah, there
you
are
know.
some people, because like some people are weirded out by microwaves. You know, everyone's got their thing. You know, it is what it is.
No, the
But
chimichurri.
some people, like, you can heat up the food in a skillet, in a pan. You just gotta, of course, transfer the food appropriately. 'Cause
Exactly.
The containers will melt. You know, don't put the containers in anything in high
in your
heat.
pan. Don't put the containers
do any
in
of
your
that.
pan.
But yeah, some people just have their preferences. You know, they don't like microwaves for whatever reasons. Cool. Well, you know, you can heat it up in your pan, the air fryer, this and that. Just transfer it to the appropriate.
I would have
plating.
totally told a female that I cooked for her and gave her the chimichurri with
There are
some
some
white wine.
there are some couples that I've talked to that the boyfriend husband do that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro, the chimichurri with some white wine or some red wine, they're gonna think you went all out. I'm like, yeah, I get down in the kitchen.
Usually red meat is red wine, right?
That's what
Typically,
I said.
yeah.
Red wine,
And
white
then
wine.
white wine with like a dessert.
Like fish,
Okay.
that kind of stuff.
Look at Danny showing his
Nah.
wine.
Nah,
He's
none
a
at
wine
all.
connoisseur over here.
None at all.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you ate it. So that's not fish. When I saw
No.
smoked fillet,
you thought it was
You
fish
thought-
fillet.
I thought you
thought
guys
fish?
smoked like a trout, and then you know what I'm saying, threw a piece
That's
of
a
cheese
Shout out
on
to
it.
Austin.
You know what I'm saying? You know who Austin Trout is?
Yeah, Austin Trout, the fighter.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I was play on words.
I
Trout.
see you now. I'm fucking with you. Yeah, but that's actual like beef, right?
It's filet.
Yeah, no, I just had it. It's actually good beef. It's funny that it's side by side with the chimichurri. I feel like it's the same exact chimichurri meat, just different sauce because of the barbecue, right?
Yeah, so some of them, you know,
Feels like
will
the
use the
texture.
same meat, but then some recipes, if it's marinated, you know, a lot of them do come different. But sometimes, depending on the utility, it'll be like, you know, yeah, in there the chimichurri is the same because you have the sauces there to add to the flavor to the meat. So all
And
of them are
cheese.
different.
What's the name of the
cheese.
one that you gave me? Because you guys didn't send me one, but Danny shared. They were like muffins.
Oh,
They're
the
amazing.
I didn't
The banana
like 'em.
muffins?
No. I wish
They're blueberry.
blueberry muffins. Scroll up. It's like the something breakfast bites or some shit.
The blueberry power bites.
Blueberry power
didn't like 'em?
bites. Not.
I
not
love
the
'em.
biggest
Not your
fan.
jam?
I
Yo,
love them.
I actually,
And that's what's funny,
left
right?
you
It's
one in the
like
fridge, by
it's
the way.
like he doesn't like it. I do.
Was it a texture thing or
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
was it the yogurt that came with it?
No, man.
I love the yogurt.
I think
even
it-
though it's plain, right? It's plain white yogurt, but the fact that you can
protein
get
yogurt.
that and like dip it into
yeah.
the muffin, it gives that muffin this flavor. This is what I'm saying. You guys are not regular. You're not a regular meal prep, man. It's
No, so we sit down about twice a
innovative.
week. We sit down twice a week and go over like meal creations, and we try everything out. It's some days it's a lot of foods and it's hard to eat sometimes, but you know we
those
really take
muffins
pride
are
in what we
right.
put on the menu because
Yo, if you
it
guys
goes through
ever
a
need help
process.
tasting food, let me know.
Are those
I'll
considered
pitch that.
snacks, breakfast? What are the muffins?
So for me, and that's all a preference again too, right? Like although we classify as a breakfast, for me, someone like me, I'm like that's a snack to me. The parfaits,
what
those
is
are
that?
snacks to me.
230? 230?
The blueberry parfaits, I think around a little over-
No. I don't even do those. I mean the muffins.
The muffins, they're I want to say close to a little over 300.
Really?
They're carb dense. I think it's like 47 or 48 grams of carb in it. Because it's oats. It's oats and blueberry, you know, fruit and starchy carb. You
I
know?
thought
So
it was like
it's carb dense.
230.
I want to say it's about 300. I'd have to double check. But yeah, it's pretty up there. But like those little things for me, you know, my preference, those are just snacks.
Yeah, same here.
And that's
Same
what I
here.
tell people too. It's just like you can supplement these however you want.
Then the snacks
Ugh.
he sends us is jerky, guys.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
and we're
bags
huge
of
jerky fans.
Huge. You know
But
what
my
I
girl's
do?
taking over.
No.
I barely get the jerky because she's snatching it up all day.
Let me tell you what I do. I just
She
did it
likes the
yesterday.
yellow one though.
Just did it yesterday.
Fresca.
So you guys have the sauce, the eggs and sausage breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did, right? Check this. I'm on the phone with
Oh.
my dad. My dad grew up poor. They used to eat what I felt was a very, very poor meal. Something called machaca con huevo. Eggs with like, think of it like their version of dried meat jerky, but it was like almost powdery, bro. It was like weird. You get what I'm saying? So what I do, I take pieces off the jerky and I put it in the sausage and eggs breakfast.
Never
when
thought
I,
of that.
Well, when I warm it up, and I'm talking about little pieces. When I warm it up, I get thoughts of back home. I'm like, damn, it's like my machaca con huevo kind of.
So
Not-
the egg macro muffin you're talking about.
No. The sausage and egg skillet.
Oh, the turkey sausage skillet.
The turkey sausage skillet.
Oh.
So I'll grab that. Boom. I'll cut pieces of the jerky, like very tiny pieces, and I'll mix it in there. Once it heats up, it tastes just like that. Put the
We're
sauce
gonna
on
we're
it.
gonna have to do like a how do you foodie for legitimately. like, how
Yeah,
do you
no,
fit it.
I'm telling you,
'Cause
gotta
that-
do a how do you foodie fit because people do things differently.
Yes,
Like,
and that's what like so talking to customers in the store sometimes I just ask them what they do with the meals and they get creative with this stuff, just like its own secret menu in
for
a sense.
30 days, I would use Flavor Gods, which is no
I used to
sodium.
use them back in the day. when I
Yeah,
was in my
no sodium,
bodybuilding
no
days.
preservatives, nothing. It's just flavor. But even that, eventually, you don't need that either. You know, every now and then, or more than every now and then, I might use sea salt. But for the most part, you guys are spot on. And I love that almost every meal has its own separate sauce. So that kind of adds to that flavor. If something
Yeah,
didn't have something, those mango
I am-
sauces or the, for instance, that what is the sauce for the shrimp tacos?
The shrimp
It's like
tacos, the mango.
it's
the
like
mango,
a pink orangey looking sauce.
That's
but
the
it's
sriracha
rocking.
aioli.
Sriracha.
That's one of my favorite sauces.
Yeah,
we have.
so I am honestly such a big fan of the chicken. Look, I grew up in a very Mexican household. Bro, that chicken barbacoa, I'm not saying it tastes anything like my mother's, but that shit is very good for it to be a healthy meal. Like,
Yeah,
when
nothing
I-
beats home cooking any day.
you know what the chicken barbacoa, the pollo verde bowl, which I know you guys don't have right now, but
That's not the one that I like. You know what I like to on topic
And
of what
the-
you're
I just had
saying
the
that
the
reminds you of
fajitas.
home, reminds you of not to say that oh it's as good as your mom's, but it gives you that cultural taste. It's funny that one because I feel like that's the same meal and they just flipped it, right? With the fajitas.
Yeah.
And the
change the protein,
fajitas
add
taste
the beans.
Caribbean. Didn't I tell him
Nah,
that?
yeah,
I
you
said,
did.
bro, this sauce tastes Caribbean. Like you guys are really
The
good.
marinade in that one I really love, and I like to take that one home and like turn it into a burrito.
Nice.
I love burritos.
But Charlie, I gotta wrap this up. I got my young amateur out here, Miguel Lopez. He's in town for a amateur tournament that's happening at the Westgate. So we're gonna give him some shine here. But we do appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
Let everybody know how they can get some FoodieFit, how they can get a hold of you for any consultations. Yeah.
Yeah, you could visit any of our stores. We're in Green Valley and Summerlin. Store 3 is coming along the way in the Northwest in Vegas. So if you live there, store number 3 is on the way. It'll be opening no rough date, but about end of Q3, starting Q4, so like fallish time. And then, yeah, you can place an order online too if you want to deliver it to your house. We deliver 7 days a week. Just place it by 6 p.m. the night before. You get it next day. And if you want to do a consultation with me, you can go on our website, sign it up on my Calendly link, and then from there, pretty much, I'll assess like what your goals are and how I can help you get there.
I gotta squeeze one in because since we're an international show, what we get the most is when are they gonna start servicing outside of just Vegas? Is that in the plans?
Absolutely, it's in the roadmap. TBD. We're experimenting with some new things when it comes to packaging and extending the shelf life of our meals. So we're trying to work on some new things to really open up that realm, or maybe even open up stores. So it's in the we're
That's
talking
one
about
thing
it.
I want to say, right? Because he's not that guy. So there's everybody in this world, and he's the opposite of me, where that date on the package is end all be all for him, but not for me. I might go 2 days past that date. I'll still eat it.
I always say, just be careful. Just smell the food and be careful.
No, of course you got to smell it. I mean, but it holds shelf life. Let me tell you, for me it does. Because I'm busy. I work a lot. But Charlie, man, thanks for coming. We do appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and get this amateur in here. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna cut to promo. We'll be right back. What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We are here at the Fight Star Studio alongside with View It, and we are joined with Miguel Lopez. This is a special guest for me, guys, and the reason why is, even though I've never met this kid, Danny, never, his father created that logo.
Oh, wow.
So I know his dad for a bunch of years, and he created this logo for us. Before this logo, we had like a boxer, in the the what is it even called, bro?
The robe.
The robe, but with the hood,
Mm-hmm.
and he's all like Golden Boy. He's all like Oscar De La Hoya and shit. And at the bottom it said boxing, but it was mad lame. It was black and gray too, and then he just presented me with this logo, and I'm like, dude, that is it. And ever since, there it is. And fast forward, 12 years later, his son now becomes an amateur fighter.
How old are you?
Right now I'm 17.
So he was 5 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had shitty draws when your dad made that logo for.
But you were boxing when you were young, walked away from the sport, now you're back, correct?
Yeah, it was around when I was 6. I was training, for a bit, but just stopped, for a while up until I turned 16. A few months later, I started back.
And you've been at it now for about a year straight.
A little over a year, about I think it's nearing 2 years, so about like a year, 8 months.
How tall are you? You seem pretty
now?
big, man.
5'7",
5'7", that's good
What
height.
weight?
fighting at 125.
125.
Oh wow,
What
nice.
got you back?
That's big for that division.
Just felt like I needed to get up off my chair. I used to play a lot of video games. I used to be on the chair for 16 hours a day, just gaming, and I was really scrawny, and so I wanted to get in shape and everything. And I knew that boxing was something that I had done before. I felt like it'd be a good way to get in shape. And when I first started again, I just started loving more and more like of the technical aspect and everything, and I fell in love.
Was there anything specifically like in terms of boxing they brought you back, or was it just you wanting to get in shape? Was it a fight, a fighter, or more about yourself and wanting to lose weight?
I think it was mainly just myself,
Bro, you say he was scrawny. Why would he want to
Oh,
lose
you
weight?
gained
Yeah.
weight, excuse me.
Yeah, I was
And
very,
muscle.
very scrawny. So, I just wanted to like show that, like I can, have determination to do something,
hmm
But yeah.
So what would you say your fighting style is like? I see you got the headband, and so we're gonna assume Mexican style, right?
Yeah, it's I think in the beginning, I'm very come forward. I'm still very come forward. I like to, put pressure on my opponents and everything, but as time goes by, I'm trying to learn more just to be more poised in there and calm, being able to stick and move, get hit and not get hit, but every now and then I like to turn it up and dig to the body.
You don't sound what is the right phrase here? Some of these amateurs, they're desencantado ya with the amateurs because of the bad decisions and things. How do you translate that?
I don't know how you guys say it, but it seems like you trying to say like pretty much you don't feel like disappointed or
sound-
defeated.
Yeah.
With the
Like,
amateur
you still sound
system?
very energetic, very happy. You haven't had any bad decisions in the amateurs yet.
No, I mean
That's good.
everything's
That's good.
everything's gone good. I've had plenty of great opportunities, learning experiences and everything. Um,
How many amateur fights you got?
right now I'm 9-1.
901. Okay.
Yeah, but every day's a new day to learn and grow, and I feel very determined to keep progressing forward in the sport.
And
So-
where do you train?
Oh, but just going there. Good call.
Right now I train in SF in the Bay Area.
Okay.
Yep, with my coach Joseph Perez.
What gym?
TNS boxing,
Okay.
but currently I'm out here to represent the Lions Den in Pittsburgh.
Shout out to you, my guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Lions Den. That is my boy's Amari Jones gym out there in
Okay.
Pittsburgh, California. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh yeah, Cordell Peterson too.
Okay. What so was it just the opportunity? Like did you know that they were coming out here and you're like, I want to go out there for the tournament and I'll be representing them just for the opportunity? Or?
Right, yeah, recently I've been having a lot of tournaments. I had a tournament in Oregon, in Mexicali, and now
nice.
I have this tournament here in Las Vegas. But I always come out with them and try and represent as best as I can.
So these tournaments in these different locations, how have you guys been doing it? You flying? You driving? Is it you and your dad?
Well, whenever we get the opportunity to both go, I always go with my father. But the tournament in Oregon and Mexicali, I had to go just alone with the coach and the other few boxers that were joining us.
Have you always been close with your dad, or has this boxing thing brought you guys closer, you would say?
Of course, that we've always had that father-son relationship, but I think boxing has definitely solidified that a lot, and I'm really glad for.
I'm
that.
curious, how many times did he sit down with you play video games?
My father?
Yeah.
Dude, we used to, when he first got me my Xbox 360, we would always game.
Oh,
a
that's
lot.
dope. That's dope. Cause I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, my dad was a dad. He'd be like, "Ay, dejen el pinche juego.
Yeah.
Sálganse pa afuera. Like,
but
go
we got-
outside, leave the game alone, leave the phone
But
alone."
we're older, even though I'm way older than you. I get it. Before
No,
you take shots,
no,
we're
for
older,
sure.
so it's different.
Arrows,
Arrows,
and
yeah.
yeah. But that's why I ask you, because even now, like, I have a brother that's 15 that he games like a motherfucker, and Yeah, I don't think my dad actually got lied, yo. I remember he said that's crazy. One time, Grand Theft Auto 2 on PlayStation 1.
Wow, that's a long time ago, right?
On PlayStation 1, we played that together.
Oh, you and your dad.
Me and my pop.
Nice, nice.
Grand Theft Auto 2. So that's dope.
So
man.
today you were supposed to fight,
Yeah.
and you show up. What happens?
When opponent pulled out.
So he was there.
I think so. Yeah. I'm not sure when it happened, but yeah, we learned.
So
today.
you don't know if he was there.
I don't know if he was there, but you know.
So what's
I'm
the
pretty sure we were
excuse they
supposed to
gave you for you not being able to fight?
we just didn't have an opponent, so you know the way the brackets work, you know, they swapped it, and I ended up fighting just Saturday and Sunday.
So you get a bye.
We got a fight today.
So it's not a walkover.
It's not a
No.
walk.
Okay.
It also happened to us in Mexicali. He was supposed to fight in Novus, and they threw him in open.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Right.
open right now.
So what his dad is saying, obviously, that this happened to them in Mexicali, where he was supposed to fight and they threw him open. You know, it's funny because someone in the Top Rank gym,
Yeah,
he's a brand new novice, but he trains with a good trainer. So maybe that's why they threw him in open, and they're trying to get him out of that open. I think they're in the same tournament, which is funny.
yeah.
So,
Yo, you wonder if they're fighting each other, because he's 126. That kid is skinny.
Yeah, I mean they are, but they said that there was
You
over
don't look
1,000.
skinny, but that kid looks
They
skinny.
said there was over 1,000 entries
Oh,
for
wow.
this tournament.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's 3 days, right?
yeah, it's basically like a mini national.
Wow.
It was supposed to be just.
What's the name of it?
fighters.
The invitational title.
Title invitational.
Title.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know there's a big like everybody's flew out. I mean, I know guys from Texas,
Shout out to the
from
Westgate.
Philly, the guys from Florida that came. So there's a lot of people from all over. They said this is the most they've ever had.
Shout out to the Westgate, man, because they also did that Bones Adams show, man. They at least that guy really does like boxing. Remember they told us that the
Yeah,
owner
that-
likes
That's your
boxing?
boy right there,
Who?
Nate from Real Boxing.
Oh, that's his. That's his. Oh, nice. Shout out to Nate. Look, guys, for those that are Border Wars fans, that's the person that will help us
Set up.
do our next Border Wars, and it will be part of USA Boxing, so it'll count on your books. That's the guy, Nate Gold. Shout out.
So I'm curious. You guys drove out here, or did you guys fly?
We flew.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Shout out to the sponsors.
Yep.
That was what, about an hour and a half flight?
Yeah. About
About an
give or
hour
take.
and a half.
Nice.
Wasn't too bad.
Nice.
When did you get in town?
Yesterday. Yeah, it was
Late
yesterday, I
night though.
think. We got here at like 9:30. Plane left at 8.
But
That wasn't too bad.
like still in the airport 9:30, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so by the time you get settled in, it's like 11 midnight.
Yeah.
For real.
So, have you been nervous today, like trying to be mindful of what you eat, not to be too bloated, or are you already like past that stage and you know what to do?
You know, I think I've definitely come to the point where, you know, I don't ever stress about, you know, my weight. I'm always on point and everything right now. You know, I can even eat a little more, but I'm ready for tomorrow, you know. Everything's good.
So since you fight tomorrow, and so, you know, obviously there's people that wouldn't know, you got to make weight every day.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, at what time do you make weight tomorrow, and at what time do you fight?
To weigh in, it starts at 6, right? And then you still have to visit the doctor afterwards. Usually they'll come in an hour later. And then fights will start around 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from 6 to 1.
So you get about 5-6 hours to rehydrate.
So you got to bring your
and-
breakfast. You plan on bringing your breakfast, or you plan on weighing in, seeing a doctor, and going to get breakfast?
Usually I'll bring in like, you know, some fruit, something ready, easy to make, like oatmeal, something to eat right after weighing in,
Okay.
and, you know, water bottle to rehydrate.
Nice.
So,
nice.
in my opinion, your dad has, some significant experience, obviously, with the sport, not being in it, but, knowing the sport. How has that, or do you feel that's helped you in any way?
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, a big part of, you know, like where my knowledge comes from is from him. You know, sometimes like when I'm confused as to who I should watch to, you know, better my craft, you know, I'll go to him and seek guidance. Like, hey, who should I watch today? Like, who would kind of better.
What are
fit
some
my
of his
style?
recommendations? Who'd he tell you to watch?
It kind of depends. You know, like one of his favorite fighters is Fernando Vargas.
Okay.
You know, so I'll watch a lot of him.
You
But,
might meet him. He might be over there.
No.
Oh, that's right. His son's
fight
fighting.
tomorrow.
Amado's fighting in Stockton.
they're in
That's
Stockton,
right.
yeah.
Because he has an amateur. So I was saying you might meet him, but I forgot Amado is in Stockton. That's right.
Yeah.
And who else?
I kind of coming into the sport, I really didn't know a whole lot. I kind of started mainly to get in shape again, like I said. But he introduced me to people, big names like Triple G, Lomachenko, and De La Hoya, a lot of names like that.
And what fighter or style have you gravitated to?
Like I said, I think kind of come forward, definitely, I wouldn't say like a particular fighter. I kind of try and, stay away from being a one-trick pony. I try and like expand and, always keep adding onto, what I do. So, but mainly, I try and just come forward, pressure.
So I gotta ask, obviously, since you quit once, do you think that, I don't want to call it quit, you stop, but do you
Stop.
think you now that's it, like I'm gonna do my amateurs, I might even go pro, or is it right now I'm just gonna do the amateurs and I'll take it one day at a time? I don't know if I'm going pro.
And I'm definitely not stopping. Right now, I have a huge fire inside me, and I'm planning on keeping it. All this amateur career that I'm in right now, I'm adding and adding all this knowledge, because I'm planning on turning pro soon. Soon, within like at least a year, obviously, when I turn 19 around then. But
And you're 17 now,
yeah,
but you're turning 18 in August,
I'm turning 18 in July.
July.
Man, I'm curious as to the pressure going out there because, when you stopped, you were a kid. You know what I'm saying? You were a kid.
Yeah,
Truth be told, you probably couldn't, even if you wanted to, probably couldn't have had control over it. You know what I'm saying? Like you were a child, but now some would say that you are essentially getting a late restart. Do you feel that way? Is there any added pressure because of, people, maybe your peers having a bit more of experience, or?
I mean, that stuff is always in my head, like I know that, there's definitely people who have started from, they were 8 years old, 6 years old, or, maybe a little older, but still they have, years of experience on me. But I use that kind of pressure to keep pushing me forward. I'm always trying to outwork the people around me, and my opponents, if I know, like if I run 5 miles, someone's out there, running 9. So I got to just keep adding more and more, testing my limit and pushing it every day.
Also, just keep in mind that everyone's path isn't the same.
Right.
Like Oscar De La Hoya won a gold medal and became the golden boy. Canelo didn't have any of that, and he's still the golden boy. So, your
shit.
path could be different, and you still get to the end of that, race.
No, definitely. I think everything. I don't know. You seem pretty focused, so
You seem mature too.
Yeah, definitely mature. So that's one thing I like. I think as far as mentality, definitely where it should be, and seems like you have the hunger and the will. So as long as you stick to it, I think you'll be alright.
For sure, man. So who are some of your favorite fighters? I know you didn't really come up in looking at this sport, but now that you're fighting, have you seeked out, searched YouTube, any specific guys?
Well, I always try to, like I said, I'm pulling, things from certain fighters, trying to add into, my repertoire. I really like De La Hoya. I think he's,
What was it about De La Hoya?
his jab.
Yeah.
I think that's the number one thing, being able to control the pace of the fight with just the jab. It's just amazing.
Have you watched the fight with Floyd?
Yeah.
He did really good. I just watched it again. Not again, but whenever I said on the show that I went back and watched it, he had a really good jab in that fight. He's the one that got tired. That's what happened. He got tired, but you're right. He has a really good jab.
Did you score it? I'm just curious.
No.
It's one of my favorite fights to watch.
Yeah.
How do you have
7-5 Floyd.
said that?
Bro, like I've probably watched that fight 25, 30
So
times.
You're the only Mexican in the room rooting for Floyd.
Nah, me too. I remember my dad taking me to this Mexican restaurant to watch the fight, and I was rooting for Floyd, and my dad was like, almost like mad at me, and he don't give a fuck about sports. I promise you, not a single fuck. He's gonna root against whoever I'm rooting for. That's how he is. But the fact that I was the only one rooting for Floyd and he won, I'll never forget. He made me pay for my arrachera that night. He made me pay for my carne asada that night. Bro, and I was like, that was '07, so I was like 11,
It's
12
so
years
crazy
old.
how good he was, though. He could give you the whole first half of the fight, damn near, and then you can't touch him the second half, man. It's crazy. Gifted. You know, in a lot of gyms, Miguel, you see signs like, stamina makes cowards of men, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's another one? You see all these slogans in these gyms, but I do believe them. I think that conditioning is probably the number one thing in boxing.
I feel like it's the number one downfall. You know what I'm saying? I feel like guys, like, it gets to a point where it's the little things that separates the fighters, right? It's the little things. So I feel like when you get to that point, that stamina, the extra mile you ran, the extra jump roping, the shadow boxing with ankle weights, it's those little things through the years that add
get
up,
you
that get you
to the next level. That being said, do you have any boxing exercises specifically that you hate?
That I hate? I don't think I would ever say that I hate any exercise.
What? I hate
real.
running. You don't hate running?
I love running. I run
Wow.
every single day. I try and run 3 miles every day, at least. I think, like you said, conditioning is the number one thing, that separates,
What
the
about
winners from the
swimming?
losers.
You
Swimming?
swim?
From time to time.
But it's not a thing you
not-
guys do for training.
Not consistently, If it's something like my legs are super sore from, a previous weightlifting day, I'll go swimming, work out my arms and get good cardio in.
Cool. Yeah, man, that tank is important. So, you guys are obviously here for a tournament. Any plans to come out here to get some of that Vegas work? A lot of fighters out here. Different looks too.
Right, yeah, I'm thinking, maybe we could visit up a gym today, look around, I'm not sure, get maybe 3 rounds in.
What?
Before,
You're gonna spar before a fight so soon?
Yeah, it wouldn't be anything crazy. It'd just be, like warming up.
I mean,
you
I
know what
wouldn't recommend that. Out here, these kids is fighting. They think sparring is fighting out here. That's
Right, yeah.
They think
Lions
sparring
Den,
is fighting.
baby. That's how it is in the Lions Den.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no soft sparring, and if you go to that gym, in the wall it says eat or get ate. So
Eat or get ate.
Wow.
it's
Well,
no
they
doubt.
gotta have that mentality, because let me tell you, if not, you come over here and you will get ate, because these kids out here trying to make a name for themselves. Every spawn session, they don't know who's gonna see them, so they going hard out here.
Yo, I'm curious, just because I know that is Amari's gym. Have you been able to work with him in the gym? Not like you get work with him. I know he's way bigger than you, but have you guys been in the gym working at the same time?
Yeah, I've seen him a few times there. I've been able to say hello. He's always there. He's always has a positive attitude, and he
Yeah,
trains
he's a
hard.
good guy.
Yo,
I
man.
just watched him spar yesterday or the day before.
Humble kid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, Amari, yo, and when he talks about the work, you know what I'm saying? It's like, not just is it 8 or get 8, like you said, but he's coming out here getting work with some of the top guys in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
So I think that shout out to him, because definitely, for me it must be motivating, to kids who are coming out of that gym and seeing, things that he's accomplishing. But
So do you have your next tournaments planned out, or do you not look to the future?
We're always trying to see what we could fit in our schedule. So yeah, we have this tournament here, right? 2 weeks after this, I have a fight in my hometown, Santa Rosa, on the 27th.
So a regular local show.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then
to build up the local following.
right, yeah. And then close to there, so it'll be July 15th. I'm in a pro-am.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, in Roanoke Park at the Green Casino.
So you're 17. How good are you with social media? You see how well Ryan did. He didn't even win any belts and just did 1.2 million fucking
My boy
pay-per-views.
said, yeah.
Right, yeah.
No, I'm just saying, bro.
Nah,
You gotta
I
get
hear
that
you,
social
champ,
media
for
right for
sure,
this
for
money,
sure.
man.
Right,
That's
right. I
we
mean,
haven't seen 1.2 million in years, bro.
right.
Like years.
That's
Like
huge,
Canelo
bro.
did 800 with Plant. Like 1.2 has been a minute. What? Gennady Golovkin won. Canelo Golovkin won.
Nah, Wild the Fury too.
And that's calculated. That's like, 800,000 terrestrial. Oh yeah, we got another 400 digital. No, I'm talking about
Nah, I think that,
1.2.
I think because remember that's when they joined Showtime. It was a co-promotion. Showtime,
yeah, but it was still 850 terrestrial, which is like cable bars, and then 400,000 digital
I didn't
bars.
know that. Okay.
Right. Oh, and aside from the upcoming
Tournament or actually local
match
fight.
bouts and stuff, I am in a current Mr. Health and Fitness competition
So like
to enter a
strength?
magazine. Yeah. It's just like I'm in the top 20 right now. You know, people can vote, and
But what are you doing? Like physique? Is
yeah,
like
yeah, it's just-
bodybuilding?
it's just like to encourage others. Push other people. It's for a magazine.
Nice.
So right now I'm in the top 10 right now. They're voting for the top 20. You can go to mrhealthandfitness.com
Nice.
and vote.
Link in
free.
your bio?
I'll put a link in my bio for my
Where's your
Instagram.
bio? What's the name of that?
My Instagram, you could reach me at TEAM_10PEZ. That's Team Lopez.
So are you more Ryan Garcia or more Fernando's Firos?
Well, I mean, I'm currently working on slowly, adding more and more into my Instagram, getting more involved with it. But currently, my father's kind of helping me out, put my name out there.
Well, I meant more, do you speak Spanish like Fernando or do you not like Ryan?
Well, I'd say,
That's a no? No Spanish?
I know how to speak Spanish. Sí puedo hablar bien, pero nada más es que era mi primer, like it was my first language, right? But when I first entered school, I kind of lost the ability to
Switch
speak.
to English.
Yeah.
Nah, but
But
you
I still
sound
speak-
decent though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Te puede defender.
sí, puedo hablar con mis abuelos y
No, tú puedes hablar con nosotros.
sí.
Yeah, no, you good, champ. But
Yeah.
it's important, bro. It's definitely
Yes.
important. You get what I'm saying? Just to be able to connect. You get what I'm,
With the culture.
I'm gonna be honest. For me, it was sad. Like I always knew Tank was gonna knock Ryan out, but it was sad. Like during the press conference, I'm seeing Ryan's father whisper to him what to say in Spanish. I'm like, come on, champ. Like that ain't it, So
Yo,
it's just-
everybody needs a little help. That's what your father's there for.
Yeah, I mean, nah, my father ain't been whispering in my ear. He used to whisper in my ear like, "Te voy a poner una chinga, cabrón, cuando lleguemos a la casa." But when I was a
Ryan's
kid,
a good guy. They don't whisper that.
yeah, I mean, they didn't teach him Spanish. I'm just saying your Spanish is probably a lot
Nah, you
better
got
than
decent
Ryan.
Spanish though. You
decent
definitely got
Like,
decent Spanish.
if you're gonna try to represent a culture, you gotta be able to speak that language. You
I-
can't, you can't.
You have to. I'm gonna be.
Well, the
I'ma
father
be-
said if you're gonna represent a culture, you got to be able to speak that language. Obviously, you got to
Yes.
remember he's not mic'd
Oh
up.
yes, I'm sorry. No, you definitely have to. But we do have a few super chats.
Okay, good to
Capi
him.
Gu says, "How y'all score the Tito De La Hoya fight?" I haven't
I
seen that
definitely
fight
did
in
not
so many
give
years.
De La Hoya those last 3 rounds that he decided to be a weirdo and run for no reason. He should have been, fighting. Circling those last 3 rounds cost him the fight, in my opinion.
Mainski 402, welcome to the champ level. Shout out to Nebraska.
Champ, let me remind him that you can go and check on the community page to check the betting show. You can still put your bets in.
Before tomorrow's fights.
Yes, sir.
Chick Chickarelli, we answered, but he said, does FoodieFit have a LA recommendation or LA location? If not a recommendation, and then sarcasm. I got my own meal prep guy. Meal prepping works and it's super convenient. Make it make sense. Welcome to the champ level. That being said,
17, so no license yet, right? Out here, they don't give y'all your license at that age, right?
Nah, I had mine at 16.
You Chicago though, champ. He's in
California? Nah, I mean,
Because Florida's like that. Florida, you can do 16 with the parent. I don't know about out here. Obviously not. He ain't got it.
Oh, okay.
But
No.
you been practicing or what? You got a permit or no?
No permit. Yeah, I'm just
Oh.
gonna take a test when I
And
turn
you
18.
fully focus on boxing then.
Yeah.
So what's your days like? Because there's no more school, right?
Well, currently I'm testing for my GED. You know, I kind of dropped out of conventional high school so that I could focus more on boxing.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, with training, I'll train 3 days a week with my coach Joseph Perez, because of the drive. You know, we have to drive an hour 15 minutes.
Each way.
Yeah, each way. to go
One
train.
way is an hour and 15.
Yeah,
Dang.
because we go train
Aye.
in SF, right?
Damn.
So we'll train Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then every other day, you know, I'm either training
Are
at the
those
house.
sparring days over there?
Saturday is sparring day usually, so it would be like an fourth day at it.
Yeah.
So Saturdays they're sparring day.
Right, and every other day, you know, I'm running or training at home, you know, doing both.
How many miles you running per
Um,
run, like per day? Like
Sometimes it kind of depends if I'm trying to get, you know, 2 workouts in a day, but focus, you know, like technique, you know, at the end of the day, you know, and cardio in the beginning, I'll run, you know, 3 or at least 3 miles. So like usually like 3.5 every day.
nice, nice. Miles are super important.
Super important.
Miles in sparring, man. The more comfortable you are in sparring, the more comfortable and relaxed you'll be in the fight. And obviously, if you're comfortable, you know, you don't overexert yourself. So that's what's important. So what are some of the things you're feeling right now? Or is it just like, you know, smooth sailing, waiting for tomorrow?
Yeah, just smooth sailing, you know, try not to stress out about anything. I already know my weight's on point, you know, and just, you know, keeping that fighter mentality until tomorrow.
So how much of today is a normal day for you? Like, you know, or do you plan on going back just to rest and relax? Or could you just have a normal day? Can you guys go to the movies? Can you, you know, what are you planning on doing? Because I don't know, for me, mentally, the clock will be ticking, right? It's like, fuck, I got to fight tomorrow. And it's like, he's just chilling.
Yeah, I mean, probably, you know, go support my team members, you know, at the bout soon.
Oh, because your friends are fighting.
Right, yeah, we
Okay.
got, I think about 12 others fighting.
Nice.
Maybe, I think it's like two or three today. And then the rest are, you know, over the weekend.
What weight classes are they in?
We got,
Bobby 135, I think.
Bobby's at
The big hitter
135,
from Lions Den.
right?
We got Braulio.
Braulio's 132, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
132.
Right, we got
Oh,
Pistol.
man, so
I
you
think
guys
he's
all
fighting at
work with
90.
each other because that's all around the same division.
Kind of, yeah,
35,
yeah. Sometimes
32,
we'll
26.
get
That's
work into each
yeah.
a
other.
couple
pretty
pounds,
much.
you know what I mean?
All right, yeah.
Wow.
We got Pistol. He's fighting at I think 90 for this.
Wow.
Oh no, 95. He's fighting 95, and then he's
Pistol's highly decorated, like one of our most highly decorated amateurs. He's like, I think 21-time national champion.
Damn.
something high.
21 or something.
So
like that.
Dad said Pistols 21 times national. That is a lot. How old is Pistol?
He's 13. 13
Oh,
or 14.
so a lot of those are youth nationals, but it still count. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
for
it's
sure.
a lot. 21.
Mhm.
Well, do you have any? Obviously, you have social media, so let everybody know what your Instagram.
You said team_Lopez, right?
Yeah, it was a team Lopez. So it's TEAM_1 OPEZ. You could go follow my coach at Joseph Perez. That's JOSEPH_PERES.
So for Team Lopez, it's the number team_Lopez, but it's the number
The L
one
is the number 1.
instead of the letter L. So it's
Yes.
team_Lopez with the number 1 instead of the letter L.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's it for
That is it. I
Okay.
mean, we got one from the chat. They asking, what about sprints? Does he do sprints?
Yeah, so usually Tuesdays and Thursdays will be like track days, right? We'll go out to the school and then we'll run the track. I'll do these 3-minute sprints where I have to run 2 laps in under 3 minutes.
Half a mile
Or-
under 3 minutes.
Right.
Nice.
damn.
Yeah, and I'll do the 4. Well, it's 3 sets, you know, but
Says 3
and if you
sets
fail
of a
one, you
half
do 4.
mile
But I
under
always
3.
run 4, and then afterwards, you know, we'll do sprints back and forth the track.
Nice. Holy shit.
So
Nice.
it's 3 sets of a half mile under 3 minutes. And if he goes over the 3 minutes, he goes to a 4th set. We usually always do 4 sets just because with a 1 minute rest.
Rest in between.
right,
Damn.
yeah.
But
But we-
recently we've been cutting the 1 minute rest to 30-second rest in between the sets.
Damn.
It's still under 3 minutes most of the time, like 2:47, 2:52.
Gotcha.
Getting that work.
Damn.
And recently, I've added there's a hill near my house. I'll run that. It's 5 miles in total. Going up is 2.4 and then going down is 2.4.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
Uphill, that's definitely one of the recommendations from Bones. He loves uphill sprints. They work.
Yeah, it's completely different. Like
It
the
is.
work. It's
It's
crazy.
it's harder recovery too. I feel like I recover. It takes longer for me to recover from uphill sprints.
I agree. All right.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I, worked out.
But ladies and
Years
gents,
ago.
catch us tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Breakfast Club of Boxing. We'll be back with
No,
another.
whoa.
I mean,
Speak for
I'm
yourself.
back. I'm back.
So you back at
They
6
know
a.m.
that.
tomorrow?
They know that.
All right, if you ain't back at 6
They
a.m.
know that.
tomorrow, I'm on your ass.
Nah, when it's a big fight, I was back for Brian at 6 a.m. But not tomorrow because it ain't no big fight. Rolly fighting my grandfather.
It wasn't 6 a.m. You might have done a 9 a.m.
No,
show.
no. It was like
Nah.
6 or 7. I'm telling you. Seriously, go check it out.
Nah.
But anyway, Mr. Ruin my outro right here. Catch us on the next one. Peace.
Arriba Dirts.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are joined here by another very special guest. I got an opportunity to watch this young man spar not too long ago, and I was I got to be careful here because I don't want Amari to take it the wrong way, you know what I mean? But I was definitely impressed by the way that you guys did your thing, and the world is so small, right? So I go up to you and I'm like, yo, what's your name? And when you tell me your name, this is Adrian Clark's fighter. What's the name of the management? It's Fighter First Management,
Fighters
right?
First, yeah.
And obviously, Jolene Mazzone is one of the head managers over there, along with Adrian Clark. And you are the first signing out of Colorado. I remember that he told me too, before I actually met you, because I was interviewing Brian Norman Jr. and he was like, yo, I got another guy out of Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And I had no clue, but
Right.
like most people, I'm like, Colorado.
Yeah.
But you are really, I think, gonna put Colorado on the map. You have a fight scheduled with PBC through main events, so the rest of the world will get to see what I got to see. I think I want to, be clear. I think that I was mostly impressed because you weren't really moving. You're good at defending right where you're at. You
Right.
don't need to use your legs per se like a Keith one-time Thurman, and you don't see that a lot. So that means you're good on the inside.
Right.
You have ridiculous, freakishly long arms. I mean, we need to get those things measured because he didn't
Yeah.
know. When I asked him what's his reach, he doesn't know, but they're so long.
Couldn't tell you.
It's crazy, but I don't want to butcher your last name, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is the amazing Sean McCalman.
McCalman.
Yeah.
McCalman.
It's been getting pronounced wrong my entire life, so I wouldn't even take offense to it. It's
So when did you start this boxing journey?
about 2012, 2013. I actually dropped out of college my freshman year, about 19 years old, and here we are now.
2012, you was 19.
Yeah. Or no. 2013.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm 29 now.
So before then, no amateurs, nothing.
Nothing. I mean, I did like taekwondo, karate, stuff like that, but no like traditional boxing training. Of
So
any-
why boxing at that age
I mean, I know I could be good at it. Like, I'm the type of person or athlete. I can pick up a sport and I learn fast. I'm athletic. I mean, I'm adjustable. I'm flexible. So I knew it was something that I wanted to do. It was just a matter of like, committing to it. So yeah, I knew I didn't want to go back to school, so I had to figure something out.
For
And
sure.
boxing was it. I mean,
At the
right.
time, who were you living with?
So moms. Like I said, I was living on campus about 2 hours away from the
So
city
how
I'm
was
from.
that conversation? You drop out of school, you go back home, and you tell her you want to be a boxer. Was she cool with that?
Yeah. I mean, my mom's super supportive. She a superhero to me. But yeah, she was like my whole support system at one time.
What was
And,
like the realization moment? Like, yeah, this shit ain't for me. Let me.
when I
was
knew
that?
I didn't want to play college football.
But like, I'm saying, when did you know that? Like, it's a moment. You like, you know what I'm saying? You
Was
like,
it going to practice? Like, man, I'm done with these
Yeah,
suicides.
I mean, I just seeing the culture of like the team sports, and I just kind of got tired of it. Like even after high school, like my high school experience with football was kind of bad. He could speak to it. My man right here off camera, he could speak to it. We played together, but yeah, my high school experience wasn't so great. So I was already kind of falling out of love with it by then. And then going to college, I was just kind of going through the motions. Like this is what people do. You go to college, you know, I was just kind of going with the motions, but then something in my mind switched. I'm like, no, I got to take control of my life. And that was where it kind of started for me.
So in 2013, you say you got to take control. You choose boxing. Do you know in 2013, like this is going to be the vessel, I'm going to become a professional? Or was it
yeah.
at that moment, I'm just using this for boxing right now? Like you didn't know you were going to be a professional fighter?
No, I mean, I already had it all planned out in my head.
You had every intentions of being
I had
pro.
every intention of being a professional. Yeah.
Okay, so you had it planned out. Give it to us.
It was start. I mean, I had to find a gym, of course. Like I literally just kind of like within maybe I want to say like a year after I left, I was like, I got the ball rolling. I started traveling around to different gyms, meeting different owners, meeting different people, seeing faces, things like that. I found a gym I was comfortable with, and just hit the ground running.
What was it about the spot? Because I just went through that not too long ago, and I kind of bounced around and worked with different trainers, and I actually found that I liked that better, being with multiple trainers rather than just one person.
Well, for me, I think what kind of sucked me in was I went to a gym called Delgado's. It was in the downtown Denver area. At the time, Mike Alvarado was training over there, and I see this giant like poster up on the wall for the Provodnikov fight. He was getting ready for the Provodnikov fight. And that right there, I'm like, oh, okay, well, if a world championship level guy could train here, it's good enough for me.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, okay. We started there and just, I was there for maybe about 4 years, and I switched to a new gym after that. And just, like I said, things just kind of fall into place. Me, I like to, I have a general idea of things. I don't always know exactly how they're going to go. But I mean, I know what my intentions are and things like that. My intention, like I said, was to be a professional fighter. So I just stuck with it. I hunkered down and made the decision that no matter what happened along the journey, I was going to stick with it and see it out. And like I said, I mean, I think I made the right decision. It got me here. It got me, I'm in Las Vegas. I mean, I impressed enough in the sparring to, pique some interest from you guys to
Absolutely.
get me on the show. So I think, I think I made the right decision for sure.
So what exactly brought you to Vegas? I was gonna say, what exactly are you doing in Vegas?
Well, I was supposed to be fighting on the Rolly undercard.
Oh, okay,
Fight got
gotcha.
scratched. And,
Gotcha.
because of that, I mean, I was gonna be here anyway. So I'm like, you know what? Let's. I call my management. I'm like, hey, can we can we still come out here? I just need to be somewhere where I can get some top level work. And they're like, just give me a couple days. We'll make some calls. Let Frank over at the Top Rank Gym know you'll be there. And like I said, Amari happened to be there. Some other guys happened to be there, so they're like, we're gonna send you out.
Yeah, they already texted me,
history.
said make sure you ain't late to sparring. So
That I ain't leaking.
no, they said make sure he's not late to sparring.
Oh, Frank.
Oh, they watching?
Yeah, they watching.
Right, yeah, I'm sure. I let them know. I let them know yesterday, like, hey, this is an opportunity I can't miss out on. So I
Appreciate you taking out the time, man. I appreciate you taking out the time.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
But how many amateur fights did you compile, and when was that moment you're like, all right, this is enough, let's turn pro, or did you let your team decide this is enough, let's turn pro?
So to answer your first question, I had about somewhere in the range of like 70 to 75.
So you was moving.
Oh yeah, like I said, like once I made the decision, like I was all in, just like the way I treated football. I was all in with that. I kind of just took that same mindset and just applied it to a different sport. But
How much did you weigh starting? I'm sorry, I'm bouncing everywhere. It's just
Nah, it's all good.
it's important because you're 168.
yeah, that's what I fight at now. At the time when I first came home from school, I was about 190, 192, but I was like, solid muscle. I was playing free
Football.
safety. Yeah. So yeah, about 190, 192, somewhere in that area. But yeah, again, about 75 amateur fights, and I kind of knew it was time.
What was that
because-
record?
I think I only had about 7 losses, not too many. My last amateur fight was my last big tournament I did was the 2017 National Golden Gloves in Lafayette. That was when I knew. I had already started talking about it amongst my team, just putting together a plan to go ahead and make it happen. I just knew like the format of it just didn't fit me. Like
Amateurs didn't fit
yeah,
you. The
like
format of the system.
the first day, I think like either the first day or the first 2 days of the tournament, it was like peewees, like 2-minute rounds, like they shortened the rounds up because of the amount of fighters that were there and things like that. And me, like I said, I had every intention of being a professional. So I'm the type of guy who I like to settle in and work like on the back half. Like that's where I do my best work. I feel like I'm the type I adjust, like to make my adjustments, get a read of my opponent, download the information, and then go to work. So it just wasn't working out for me, the whole amateur format. Like, and I knew that before, but I was just getting the experience necessary to so I just wasn't diving into the deep end and not being prepared,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, about 2018 is when I turned pro, and yeah, quick first round knockout. Second fight, second round knockout, and then yeah, like I said, we just taking it one fight at a time now as we go.
So
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask, so how long you in town for? And just asking because obviously,
Nah, I think
the
he leaves
longer-
Monday, right?
Saturday night.
oh okay, all right. So, at least you get another day of sparring and being able to get more rounds in.
Yeah, I mean, once we leave here, we straight to Top Rank, going to get some work.
For sure.
So, when was it that you visited Bud Crawford, and how'd that come about? Because I hear you got some work with Bud.
No, I've never actually worked with him. I've worked with some of his guys, like
Steven Nelson?
Steve Nelson, Jared Hurd, Troy Isley. Yeah, I mean, bunch of guys down there. But I've been going down
Troy
there.
Isley, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I've worked with him.
Gonna have to hit up Troy, see what he says. Cause no, we get to see Troy a lot. He comes
Yeah.
out here all the time
Yeah, he's a good
for his
fighter.
training.
Very good fighter.
The last camp we didn't see because he helped out Jesus, so he
Yeah.
stood out there.
I've been
But-
going down there since I want to say like 2015. Like I've known them guys for years. Like, yeah, me and Terrence.
You know
like,
he's out here.
yeah, I've seen him over at DLX.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't traveled around much. I just been business.
Yeah, you
business
focus. You
mindset.
focus.
Yeah, like as soon as we get back home, we could jumping straight into camp. I mean, this was like a great like springboard to take us into camp.
Jumping in the camp because your date is
June 24th.
Let me ask you: is there any takeaways that you could take back to Denver with you out of this Vegas trip?
No, not really. Just because
Too
like even
short?
back home, well, no, not
Oh,
that,
okay.
but like it just kind of reinforces a lot of things about myself I already know. Like I already know I'm a world-class fighter. I already know that like I have everything I need to like shoot to the top of my division.
I was
Like,
referring more so. We like to say here that you don't necessarily get sparring in Vegas. Like it's fighting.
Yeah, 100%.
Obviously top level work. I'm sure. Just bigger names floating around. Sometimes.
Yeah,
Head might drop a gem or something on you.
Yeah.
I was just curious. That's all.
Nah, nothing like that. Like I said, maybe if I was here longer, maybe. But I did get to have some like shake some hands with like Roy Jones Jr. He came up, hey, good work. Stuff like that. That's dope experiences. But yeah, just like you said, it's like fighting out here. So next time I come back, I already have that mindset of like, whoever's in there with me, expect for them to try
So
me.
funny thing is, you're saying now you know that mindset, but there's some rumors that you knocked out Sergey Kovalev. So did you have that
No.
mindset back then and you changed it? Because
No, see me,
rumors is that he brought you in for sparring and you knocked him out, and that's why Main Events wanted to sign.
No, I didn't. I'll go ahead and kill that now. It was great work. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he was
What camp was you getting him ready for?
the Tervel Pulev fight, so it's cruiserweight debut. It was
With don't help me, Triller.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I spent the week with him, and that kind of got the ball rolling with Main Events. And it's just crazy how like you
So
said,
the
it's a small
sparring
world.
did get you signed.
In a way, yeah.
But
It-
you say you didn't knock him out.
no, it was. I mean, like I said, it was good work for sure.
So why? Because he got up immediately? Because
No, it wasn't
they didn't need
nothing like
smelling salt? Why did you know he wasn't knocked out?
because the man wasn't. At no point was he unconscious. I won't.
Was he off
get
his
on
feet?
here.
He's trying to put words
I
in your
know.
mouth.
I'm asking questions.
Nah, it's all good.
Follow
It's
up.
all good.
So
Was
do
he
you
off
think?
his
Hold on. Do you think
Oh,
that
my
possibly was he acting drunk? You know what I'm saying?
Like punch
Nah,
drunk or-
nah,
No,
you
not
ain't
punch drunk. I'm
We
just
ain't
saying.
gotta
I'm
say
just.
no
No, I'm just
We
saying.
ain't
I'm just. You know.
Spawn is spawn. We
Yeah.
understand the rules. We
Yeah.
understand the rules. I just want to make sure my audience know you got that type of power. People saying you knocked him out. Whether you want to say
Nah.
you did or you didn't, that's
Nah, I
on
ain't
you.
knocked
But
him
that's the rumor. Definitely in these boxing streets.
Who
And
te-
even if I did,
Adrian texted
like,
that?
do it matter?
No, no,
I'm like,
Do it. Yeah. Do it. Doesn't matter. Even if I did, like.
Doesn't matter. I think so.
Well, I mean, it matters for like. All this, like the people. Oh my God, this.
I
mean,
think
it
no.
still
I
matters
I
if
think
you got power.
I'm gonna be honest
You
with
knocked
you.
him out with
No,
headgear.
no. It's some.
No.
It's some a lot smaller than that, yo. Like, and not take no offense, but like, you got started so late, right? So,
Right.
So that being said, is you know how many guys is in your situation that came into this late because they, this is all they had, and then they get an opportunity, but sparring's supposed to be sparring. I mean, which it is,
And they don't
right?
take advantage of
And,
it.
you know,
but
and-
don't
next-
get me wrong. Like I'm that guy. Like I can fight. I'm not the type of guy who's like looking to make a name off of sparring, like or make a name off of like this internet shit. Like forget my language, but
Nah, you
No,
good.
who
Like-
cares?
No FCC.
I can fight. Like
The thing
you
is,
see, I mean, I can fight.
can I say
I'm not.
something?
Yeah, of course.
The thing is, when we go into sparring session, we go to work some good technical work.
Right.
You know what I mean? To get us better. You know, to get him better.
But
as-
coach, how do you do that when you got the opposite side trying to take your head off?
Well, when we do mid work, we work on defense drills, counter punching and everything, and we don't have to rush on anything.
Yeah. Like
You know what
again,
I mean? Like-
I can fight. Like even in.
Yeah.
I mean, you could bring it to me, but that don't mean you gon' like. You could try. Don't mean it's gonna be successful. Like,
Yeah.
and that goes for anybody I get in the ring with, sparring, fighting, whatever. Like, I'm not the type of guy like who gonna panic under pressure or feel like, oh, this dude is doing too much. Like, there's nothing I can get in the ring and not be able to handle. That's how I feel. I mean, and I've done it. I've handled it. Like, yeah, I've been with top level guys. Like I said, like again, Jared Hurd, Steve Nelson, Tony Harrison. Like, I've been in there with top level
Is
guys.
Sergey the biggest in terms of weight? Is that the highest you've sparred up?
No, Brian.
No.
I actually sparred Brian Jennings, like big man.
Ooh,
Yeah.
When was
heavyweight.
that? Because he's all the way in Philly.
This was May last, maybe like 2021 or 22 during the summer. We were just going down to the
Something
Springs,
more.
back and forth, Colorado Springs.
So, just you've said so many great names. Like, who would you say you've learned the most from?
Good question. Probably Kovalev. He had the. Well, how can I put it? He was dangerous, but he's also like got world class skill and a world class like IQ as well. Like I know people hear the Crusher and think like, oh, he's just a huge like. Nah, that man can box, especially with Buddy McGirt. Now he's got somebody who's got him back to the basics. Like somebody like that is dangerous who can take a step back from all the extra things like I'm gonna apply my power. Let me go in there power first. Like, no. Like, I try to be the same way. Like, yeah, I could punch, but like, I'm gonna go in there and be skill first. Like, I can't land my shots until I figure you out anyway. Like nobody goes in there just winging shots and wins the fight. It rarely happens, but yeah, me, I like that kind of work where it's like who can outsmart the other guy, who can be steps ahead of the other guy, who can, things like that.
You could actually see that in his last fight, how good he was boxing. Kovalev.
You mean Kovalev?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he went in there and completely shut the dude down. Really, with a with a simple combination, just one combination.
So, what's next? Did you get an opponent for this upcoming fight?
Yeah,
Do you know his name?
yeah, Bo Gibbs Jr. Some guy from Oklahoma.
Bo Gibbs. Look at that. My last name is Gibbs. So,
Might be
outside of Bo, is there something, cooking? Like, cause,
Yeah, I got some things
you
cooking.
got the age, you know what I mean? So you got to step on the gas.
And I don't really believe that.
No?
Personally, nah. I mean,
How old are you?
29. We actually, I don't know who I was having a conversation with. I think I was talking with Coach actually about how look at the top guys across all the weight classes. What, they did things maybe like in a earlier age, but like where they settle at and where they're at their best. Like look at who we're still talking about. We still talking about Fury, Wilder, Joshua, Spence, Crawford. Like all them guys is in their 30s plus, like mid to late 30s almost, and we're still talking about those guys. Those guys are still on the pound for pound list. Those guys, we're still thinking about 3, 4, 5, 6 years in the future with them kind of guys. So like age, that's not really a
good
thing,
way to look
a
at it.
construct in my mind when it
Can't
comes to
knock
boxing.
it. Can't. It's
Nah,
a good way to look because
I-
he's 29. You figure 2 more years before you get a title shot. He is Earl's age.
And I'm hitting
younger
my
than
prime
he's
still.
younger than Earl.
Yeah,
so
and
he's
I'm
still
hitting my
got 2
prime.
more years to unify like Earl.
and go through more weight
I'm-
classes as well.
I'm just saying though. You mentioned Wilder and Fury, 2 guys with over 40 professional fights.
Yeah, but Deontay Wilder also started later.
Not
as a fighter,
Fury though.
too.
Fury don't got 40. Wilder does.
And he
There's no
had,
way
I mean,
Fury
he
has
got moved so quickly because he also,
Fury, if he
also
ain't there,
needed to get that
he
season.
got to be close to that.
Really?
He got to be
I
in
don't
his
think so.
30s for sure. Tyson Fury
What you
got
talking about?
Tyson.
Fury.
Oh yeah, he's in his 30s for sure.
No, not
Yeah,
age.
age, not
and
not
the
fights.
Yeah,
I don't think he got 30 plus
Let me
fights.
see.
not too many past, I'm sure.
Let me
Nah.
see. 33-0, yeah.
Okay,
1 draw.
right there.
So
34.
34 professional
Yeah,
fights.
I think that's probably the only.
You got 12.
Yeah, I'm 12-0 right now.
I mean, listen, I just told the last interview, every fighter's path is different.
Nah, for
You know,
sure,
you got
for
the
sure.
golden boy who is Oscar and won a gold medal, and Canelo somehow, without that amateur background, he's still a golden boy.
Turned
So
pro at 15 years old. I
14.
mean,
So you know,
yeah. And look
everybody's path
at
is
him.
different.
What is he? 32. And we looking at him like, we looking at him like an old man almost. So
Yeah,
I mean, age is a-
I ain't
That's
gonna lie.
'cause of the-
Anybody
that's 'cause
seen
of
any-
Brown's box.
Yeah, anybody seen his last 3 fights? Bro, I was in middle school. At the latest 8th grade, I know it was middle school. At the latest, I was carrying around a binder with my man's picture on it. Like that's how. No, word is born. Like
super
right.
fan.
yo, I'm like heartbroken knowing that he never gonna be the same. Ever.
He's on the back end
Ever.
of his career. And again,
I mean,
we
they're
looking
not
at
supposed to be.
guys
for sure,
older than
for
him.
sure.
Like, hey, the future is bright for these guys who are much older. So, yeah.
But I meant it more of like,
you mean like the pace I gotta move at?
yeah,
No, I
in terms
respect
of
that.
fights, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not positioning, not title shots, number of fights. Like, it's crazy. This is the conversation. Devin Haney said that to Frank Martin. Are you a Twitter guy at all?
Yeah, I seen what he
So
said.
you seen
Which
it.
I'm like, come on, man.
But
I mean,
it's true. It's not about age. He's saying you're old in your career. Like, to be 28 and not had a title shot
Yeah.
yet. You different. You got 12 fights, but Frank is in his 20-somethings fight.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, again, everybody.
And that's the thing. That's why I brought it up, because everyone's watching. Even the undisputed champ is watching how old you are or how old you not.
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean? So it's conversation for sure.
I mean, hey man, we gotta guys got to get in the ring and see.
Yeah, I mean, he got 17 fights. Frank does.
Frank who?
Martin.
Oh,
He got some good wins too.
He has a.
Well, a good win.
Yeah.
nah, it's 2. There's one before that one.
Who did he fight? He fought Jackson Marinez.
Yeah.
Which good win.
What?
Solid.
Yo, people terrible.
I
That's a
mean,
good win,
everybody
man.
was in that position at one point though. Sugar Ray Robinson was probably in that position. I'm sure people was in the newspaper talking about how he.
But
didn't
look,
fight
let me tell you
nobody
something.
before he fought
Motherfuckers
somebody.
was calling our show this morning and said Lomachenko ain't beat nobody. So Lomachenko, motherfucker, fought for a title in the second fight, won it in the third. If he ain't
And they
fought
say
nobody.
he's not first ballot. We
I mean,
had to argue with people.
yeah, I don't agree. He's
See, but you got to break his career down in segments though. His professional career is an entirely different thing than his amateur career. As an amateur, I mean 100%. And
But I would exclude the amateur, just his professional career.
Yeah, don't get
It's
me
like
wrong. Yeah,
people
that
ain't
too.
done what he done. Who
Not
the
at
hell
all.
won a belt in 3 fights?
I mean, you probably only see it in the real small weight classes, places like Japan and like that, like where a guy can have 6 fights and be a four weight class champion, like in a way. But yeah, it's a rare thing. You got to give him respect
Very.
one way or the other. So
Very
I mean,
rare.
anybody who's ever fought before knows how hard this shit is. So like, you can say things about a guy's resume. You can nitpick at every fighter's resume or every fighter's accomplishments, but at the end of the day, until you've done it, you really can't. You can't say much to a guy
Nah,
who's
you ain't
done
lying, man. You ain't lying. I always remember this one time I sparred this cop, right? But he was a pro fighter. But he was a CO, not a cop.
Uh-huh.
So in my head, I'm like, yeah.
I got
whoop
him.
his ass. He a CO. He got 14 losses. I'm whooping his ass. Man, that boy whooped my ass.
Mhm.
I can't believe it. Like, I went in there looking at that box rec. That's when I knew, you motherfucking liar. You box rec, you a liar. You a liar. 14 losses. Still really put it on me. Really put it on me.
Experience.
And I wasn't even talking slick, so it's not like I let him know. So he's like, oh, this young boy. Nah. I kept it all in my head. It was all in my head that I was going to whoop that ass. He
It
still
probably
whooped
came
my
out
ass.
in your body language or something. No.
He let me have it. I tell you that. I learned my lesson right there. I'm like, damn. And I'm telling you, it stuck with me because 14 losses. I think Salido. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I mean,
It's
he was what, like,
14 losses.
2
My
and
man
12.
Whooped on me.
Started his career like down here, and that man. Yeah, I mean, low key, you might want to put him in the Hall of Fame because of the career turnaround he had. So, yeah, everybody's path in boxing
Salido.
is
Absolutely.
Everybody's path in boxing is unique. Like
Definitely.
everybody's not gonna be no blue chipper. Like being a blue chipper wasn't unique, then we wouldn't call them blue chippers. So like, let them have their
And that's
Their
kind of the
path.
point that I made for Loma. Like, look at how we speak of Shakur, right? Like, if you don't think he's the next Floyd, there's people that say that and they compare him to that.
Right.
And statistically compare him to not being hit. But it's Loma, the one that got a title shot in 3 fights.
right.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. For me, I think he's definitely first ballot because of the 3 division champions. You know, the title so fast. And he did that in 17 fights, maybe.
Right.
It's pretty tough. But is Money Pal still with Main Events?
I don't think he ever was.
Really?
Was he?
I-
I don't think he ever was.
I thought that's the only person he was with.
Money Pal?
The fighter with the afro, Money Pal,
Yeah,
right?
I don't think he was ever with Main Events.
I thought so.
Oh, well.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
You don't know what we talking about?
No, I ain't.
His trainer's
no,
the one
I know who he is. I ain't even trying to be funny. I ain't even know Main Events was still in business. I just told him that the other day. I'm serious because I thought she left. I thought
Left where?
didn't Adrian say,
Well,
say
no,
that she left and that
no,
they
that's
now
Jolene.
yeah now she left and I thought they joined forces. Cause
No. Jolene left Main Events to go
Oh.
Be
to fight
president
first
of Fighters First.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he's still around.
Yeah. They still got Sergey, no?
No, I
And
don't.
you.
I'm not entirely sure,
Oh.
but yeah, they're still we
Okay.
still got a nice little roster.
Yeah.
So that's your promoter,
Yeah,
and then Fighters First
Is the
is-
man-
they
the
represent
management.
they're my
Management.
And
representation.
Mr. Lopez, right?
Yes,
From Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
How proud are you guys of Roman Chocolatito? Who's bigger? Is it Chocolatito or is it oh my God, don't help me. Mayorga.
Well, Chocolatito is from Cuba.
No.
Yeah.
No. Roman Chocolatito is from Nicaragua.
No,
What?
it's Cuban.
No way, bro. You about to make me Google your own
Yeah.
countryman. No
No, it's
way.
Cuban.
Am I wrong?
It's Cuban.
No way.
Yeah.
He trying to tell you something from Nicaragua that you don't know that Google not telling you, champ. That's what he telling
All
you.
right, prove me.
No way. Roman is from your country, bro. You kidding me? I watched the fight so early in the morning,
Mayorga is from Nicaragua.
and so is
Well, I've never seen
is Roman Gonzalez.
Chocolatito represent Cuba. I've
Look at
only
that
seen
flag.
Oh yeah, Chocolatito, yeah. Oh, hold on.
I thought
I
he
got confused with Rolly. Because you said Rolly first.
Man, Rolly is a North Las Vegan. He ain't even Cuban. What's wrong with you? He ain't Cuban. What the
American.
fuck?
He is
Well,
Cuban.
He ain't
No,
fucking
he is.
Cuban. Dressed
He
like
is.
man.
Brother, his father swam.
Yeah, his
there.
father's Cuban, bro. What Spanish you ever heard Rolly speak?
Well,
So you're not Mexican because of your
Motherfucker, I
parents?
speak Spanish. I've been to Mexico.
Bro, a language don't make you... Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, okay. Going back to Chocolatito, I think he's a good fighter.
But which one is bigger in the country? Como
I would-
quién apoyan más y quién el país está atrás de ellos.
I would say Chocolatito.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Well,
Ah,
you
yeah,
know,
without a doubt.
well, when you
The-
compare time to time, you know, when Mayorga was big, of course they were supporting him, but now it's Chocolatito. So just like the same when Alexis Arguello was on
Arguello.
top of the game, he was
Very
the main
different
guy,
though,
you
¿verdad?
know?
I mean, you talking about Mayorga, a guy that would smoke cigarettes in the ring, and then,
In
and
the
then
man's face.
a guy that always has Bible scriptures in
Yeah,
his
Yeah,
yeah,
he was
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, Roman is the exact opposite when you put it like that. You're right. Roman is more Bible.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask that because, you know, Nicaragua was flamboyant. I mean, Nicaragua. Mayorga was flamboyant, so I didn't know if he drew more fans because of that.
Because of the street, he used to live on the street, you know, fighting on the street, you know, being wild, you know.
So you're born and raised over there?
Yeah, but
When-
I'm from the Atlantic coast, from that area, from the Caribbean side.
Okay.
You know, so everyone in the place where I'm from, we're all black, you know, and you know, Hispanic, of course, but it's mostly black people. You know, Creole.
Okay.
You know, so
Okay. Cause you know Dominicans is Caribbean and Puerto Ricans is Caribbean. That's dope. I didn't even know. So when did you get over here?
1989. Yeah. I was actually trying to make a comeback, and
Fighting. So
yeah.
you were a professional.
no,
Hey,
I
Coach had
was
the myth.
I was in my in my country. I went to the Olympic tryouts for the 1984 Olympics, and then when I came to the United States, I was like, let me complete my dream. But you know, things was rough. I was depending on by myself. You know, I didn't have no support, so I ended up getting a regular job. You know, and then I decided to move to Colorado. When I came to Colorado, I try again to make a comeback, and you know, the same situation by myself, you know, depending by myself, you know, and had to get a regular job, and it was too hard for me to come from work to the gym, you know. So
That's the story of most fighters,
Yeah.
man. It's a difficult, long journey. So how did you guys connect?
I was actually coaching, you know, in Colorado. I've been coaching for 30 years now, you know, and he approached me one day, you know, to see what kind of time I have for him. And I like Sean. He's a hardworking man, you know, and every time I come to the gym, I would see him training by himself, basically. So when he approached me, you know, it was an honor for me because I know he had
work ethic.
talent. I see him work, you know, I see him spar, and I see how good of a fighter he is. And
No
not
one
only-
got jealous in the gym, like other trainers, because I know that happens a lot. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
that's
mean,
my
we had-
fighter.
yeah.
He was working with me.
We had situations, but I mean, we passed that. You know, it's
Yeah.
not like it wasn't like a big old
Yeah.
blow up or nothing like that. Nothing to speak to really, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
just the nature of the game. I mean, fighters and trainers.
Well,
Trainers get fired.
I'll be finding that shit so fucking weird because it's like you can't name me one athlete in the world that's ever stuck with one trainer.
For their it's
And
rare.
then
Floyd.
Yeah.
I mean, Roger,
But he
and
was also
Floyd
he also
Thingman.
had his
Yeah.
uncle.
well, the thing
But
too.
that was because like it was one trainer. Remember, Floyd Senior went to jail. Roger stepped in. Floyd Senior came back. He tried. It was some friction. Roger came back.
Yeah, but I'm saying even still, like you think them was the only two when he was in Jersey, when he
You
was in
right. You
Tennessee?
Olympic
right.
team.
You right. You right. You right.
Jeff, I know Jeff was there
Yeah.
too. So you know what I'm saying. So, and you know, I feel like there's only but so much one person can do for you. I feel like you know if you want to be the best you can be.
You got to be well
It
rounded.
goes back. It goes back to what I said that like I prefer to work with. You know, like
Right.
I get having one guy, but I still don't think there's anything wrong with going to see another guy
Right.
in that week, let's say, or once a week.
Or in my case, you just bring them all together. You try to chemistry is a huge thing too. I mean, if you're gonna build a team, I mean, look at guys like Terrence Crawford. Like he's
Yeah.
super successful with the team
With
that
three
he had.
trainers.
3 of them, and they all get along with each other as well, which is like really the bigger part of it because it doesn't matter how talented a trainer is or how deep of a well of knowledge they have if you can't get along with them and this guy can't get along with him and this guy
That's
can't get
something we
along
don't
with him.
like, though.
I think
We
it
don't
kinda-
like drama in our team.
I
you
think
know,
it kind
yeah.
of go back to what you were saying, and I didn't say it then, but it's really like understanding your lane. You get what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like you said, they wouldn't be blue chip if everybody had it. You know?
Right.
So it's like understand that that's not who you are, and that's not the path for you, or this is what I'm best at, and this is what I'm here to do, and this is what this person's here to do, and so I think it's understanding your lane very important.
Right.
Well, I think those are all the questions. If you have any social media you want to give out, same for you,
yes,
Coach.
Yeah, if y'all could do me a favor and follow me on Instagram at theamazing.sm, TheAmazing.sm.
So is your name taken? Why not your name?
What, like just Sean McCalman?
I mean, that's how the casual going to search you. They're not going to search.
I mean, you can still find me that way. SHAWNMCCALMAN. I mean, you can if you search on Instagram. I mean, you'll find me that way. But I just thought it was cooler, than the simple Sean McCalman.
No, I hear you. I just tell fighters that all the time. It's like the announcer is going to say your real name. The person's going to hear your real name. They're going to look for
I mean,
your real name.
you're not wrong.
You can't search it.
Yeah, you can search me up,
You
right?
know what I'm
Just
saying?
search my name and find me that way.
There's gonna be the old fuck that like, well, be amazing.
And they're also not going to know is that you because those avatars.
And then,
are
bro,
so
you don't
small.
even have a picture of yourself.
No, it's a cartoon.
It's my logo, yeah.
It's like Batman cartoon, right?
Mhm.
Like,
Spider-Man,
He's
the old
best.
school, yeah.
no, you can tell that it's
Cartoon
comic book
or
influence.
comic book.
Yeah.
So
I look
Oh, because of the Amazing Spider-Man.
Right, theamazing.sm. I mean, I'm like, yeah, it's right there.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Who does your shirts?
So I go between a few people, but the logo was actually created by a friend from high school. Shout out to him, Keontae Neely. Y'all go get y'all logos done by him if y'all need.
good idea.
He does dope work.
All right. Well, I'm gonna see if I connect you with FTWR so they can hook you up.
Okay.
Nets GTO, Instagram and Twitter.
Ringwalk Danny, the boxing voice, catch.
Coach.
Coach The Solution Lopez is my Instagram.
Say it one more time, Coach.
Coach The Solution Lopez.
The
Solution.
solution. The solution. I like
Oh,
that.
the solution.
Yeah.
Oh.
Solution.
I said something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm one of the best in Colorado, just for you guys to know.
let's
Some of the
go.
best in the world.
Let's go. Let's
Chance
go.
to show us some.
Yeah.
But appreciate
You got
it.
anybody else? Or is it just
I
you
have-
two?
I have a few fighters,
Amateurs
I'm always,
or pro?
I got pros and amateur. I'm trying to build kids from the bottom to the top.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. That's the best way.
Well, we appreciate
Well, JT, let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
And
no,
we'll be back tomorrow morning,
yep.
6 a.m. Breakfast Club of Boxing.
Not
Peace.
tomorrow, but catch us tomorrow.
I'll be back tomorrow.
No, that's it.
He be hating. That you don't like the word.